Okay, there you go.
Don't freeze up now, nigga.
Nah, shut the fuck up. Nah, Bob, bro. Like we realized, like, yeah, we definitely want to get up there. Um, we definitely want to talk about how you guys are monetizing, so we can just bounce ideas off of you. We're already looking into affiliate marketing, so we don't, our audience doesn't have to be as gigantic to like the get a couple dollars off of what we're doing.
Right.
We already made the money off Anchor that we were gonna make. So we're looking at like how we're gonna like store you know, our information and all that. So it's a lot of
For,
things going on out here, bro.
for you guys right now, I think the biggest thing would be getting sponsorships. Start, you know what I mean? Start getting sponsorships. That's the quickest way. Quickest way to some money right now. Sponsor per episode. Once you get the first 2-3 sponsors, they're gonna keep coming.
And that's one thing that I mean we're doing. So what I think I want to do is we get the website up, right, and then um we can leverage that into like supporting our brands, all first and high style, the clothing company, and whatever my brother's doing, whatnot. So I just want to make a like a hub,
right,
for all that, and then we branch off. Like that can be something that we can like sell to you guys. You know what I mean? And sell our value to you guys first,
right.
like as a first refusal, whatever. But any of our content is gonna be free to y'all. To me, I'd have to get to T and talk about that. But to me, that's how we want to. I would like to move. That's how, you know what I mean? Because you extended that olive branch to us. You know what I mean? Didn't have to do that, and that's how I think we need to move with you guys. You know what I mean? As long as you got, what I mean, making those moves. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We definitely can sit and pan it out more and get to the, you know what I mean, get to the nitty gritty of it. We ain't gonna let them know. We ain't gonna let them know. You know what I mean? All our moves.
No.
Something.
Yeah. We got things in the stash.
Word.
That we haven't said anything.
I'm excited though. I'm excited for it. You know what I mean? I'm here. So I'm here for it. So
fast when it comes to the gas.
Let's get it.
By no means average. That's how she's got to have it.
Life is cool.
Baby, you're a perfect 10. I want to get in. All right, so when you did what Ron say, B?
He ain't hit me back, so we just launch it. If he comes in, he comes in.
Right, yeah, no,
man, where Ron at, man?
He's been on the last 2 joints. I was trying to get on this joint. I didn't know when we was gonna, start, so I couldn't give him no heads up. But I definitely want y'all on this phone together, bro. That was.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you tell him Burn was gonna be on?
I told him last week.
Give him some incentive to get his ass on.
I told him last week.
I want him on anyway because I want to have a recap with him talking about this KRS One versus BDK. You hear me?
Yeah, I watched most of it, so we can talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, we can talk about it.
Man, I missed it. I ain't catch no clips, no nothing. I feel like I done let hip hop down.
You need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I heard, man, when I heard my man Buckshot came out, I knew I missed something.
Did you happen to see the Bounty Killer versus Beanie Man joint?
Yeah, I did peep that one.
You remember what that did for? You know what that meant for like reggae and dancehall?
Absolutely. That's what this meant for hip hop. Yeah, I gotta run it back.
This is probably this. I'll say this, and I'll say it again when we actually live streaming on YouTube. This was probably the biggest hip hop moment on Versus.
Wow.
Like, I mean, you had Snoop and X. That was all of them were big. So that's not the Ludacris and that one wasn't that big, but the most of them were big, right? This was just, it was like you hearing these guys spit music from like 19 when you're able to hear somebody spitting lyrics from the 80s and they still ringing off like the production of what it was, it didn't you didn't feel like you was it, you know how some music ages and it's aged. Nothing felt aged.
Right.
It didn't like if you are of hip hop, it didn't feel aged at all. And that's what I thought was like. I'm like, yeah. And the thing about it is that I'm gonna say this before I wanted to say it on the show, but you know what I'm saying it's recording live anyway, so I can squeeze it in somewhere else. Pause. I've always said that Big Daddy Kane is my favorite rapper from that era. It doesn't mean I don't like KRS One, but man, KRS One, like he's a master at what he do, but he ain't no Kane. He ain't no Kane,
Yeah,
dog.
I seen a clip of Kane. His cadence, his breath control, all that. He still got
He
all
was on
that.
point. He was on point.
He still got all that. Even that rapid flow. You know what I mean? That 120 BPM
And that's
flow.
what I'm talking. That's what I mean by he ain't no Kane. Like Kane, you could hear every word he was saying. You could hear everything clear as day. Like he's still 22 with the fat gold chains on.
It's fact.
KRS One, on the other hand, is even though he's obviously one of the most lyrical to do it, like he had more hype man energy than rapper energy. You know what I'm saying? So he had a lot of crowd participation and he was just like he was very loud.
Mm-hmm.
He was very loud.
That's true.
But not in a negative way. It's just a different form of, you know what I'm saying, MCing in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I thought Kane was more true to his form of how he was rapping then, whereas the way KRS One was, I think if somebody never heard Big KRS One song and saw him live, I don't think they may not necessarily connect with the music that he actually did because of the way he was spitting it. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong, his song still rang off and the crowd was still in it. It was just different. Man, I'm pissed. I hate my thing is I always like when I have a song per artist. Whoever artist I have at least one song that I need both of them to do. And one thing that didn't happen with the BDK one is I wanted him to play Biz Marquis' part in Vapors.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I wanted KRS One to do Self Destruction. And he didn't. Like he played like the intro to it, like he was about to go into it, and then something interrupted it, or he interrupted it and then went somewhere else. And I was like, bro, this was your moment. Like this was your moment.
Yeah.
Like
how you don't play that?
In the essence of battle, like this is like the moment where you can like sway the crowd because you can say, I mean, there should have been a rest in peace to Heavy D. You could have found a way to like try to have Chuck D. You know what I'm saying? You could have he'd already said rest in peace to Miss Melody, but that could have been another, I'm saying further, you know what I'm saying, that point of they could have brought MC Light out. They could have brought so many legends. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nice and Smooth is cool, and that's all good, but MC Light, yo, who like we already want to get
Scratch and Prima and Kid Capri was on tapes too. But set it up. It's your intro real quick. We don't have to what up.
Well, why not? What up? It's your boy T.
Yeah, it's your man B.
And you were on the ride up.
Yeah.
We got a special one in the building with us.
Yeah.
Burn, what up, Burn?
You already know, man. It's good.
We got
cook up everything. Cook up everything. What up?
Yeah, we got the cook up founder, co-founder, and back in with us, locked in. And we just had a special announcement. Just let Burn tell it.
Season 3, episode 7. Since Burn said Burn, you know how we do. Every episode we got a number, and we dedicate it to a player. Number 7. I mean, is can you go anywhere else for number 7?
You know, it's his choices. It's always choices. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
number 7. We here. We in here.
Go ahead, say his name.
We got Mike Vick because
there we go.
Eagle, we got the Eagle fan in the building. We got the Eagle fan in the building. Mike Vick.
That's why I was setting him up to say it.
Hey, listen.
Mike Vick episode.
Listen, I get it and I understand, but you know, season ain't looking too. You know what I mean? I don't want to big that up right now. You know what I mean? I'm laying low.
Listen, but Mike Vick's time in Philly was a good time though.
Oh man, I love the Mike. You know what I mean? I love the Mike Vick era. I'm
assuming the Mike era Vick was a lot better for y'all. I mean, it was a lot worse for us than it was good for y'all though.
Right.
Is that fair to say? It was worse for us than it was good for y'all. Because y'all may have won a lot of games, but for us, y'all gave us probably one of the most embarrassing ass whoopings we ever. Like me personally, I don't think I've witnessed more. Well, that you know what? That's the second worst ass whooping I've seen the Redskins.
We got a story about that too, though. That was on the Right Up episode.
Yeah, buddy.
We went to Penn Quarter Sports Tavern to watch this game with Tony.
Amazing place to go watch football.
And the pregame, it was like Deshaun Jackson. And
I remember.
You know, a little squabble or whatever. And at that point, we both knew. It was gonna be a long night, but it was gonna be a long night. It went. I think I got 3 touchdowns before we was like, man, let's just get
that first bomb, that first play action. After that, I knew what it was.
DJ got that first touchdown and it was like, man, this is gonna.
I'll say it like this. I think the only saving grace is that it was a pro Redskins bar.
Yeah, absolutely. We was empty.
It was empty by halftime.
Nah, we was still. I mean, we was just drunk. We just drank more. That's all. We just drank more. That's it. Like shit. Might as well get tore up now. I think. I mean, because the thing about it is, Philly is always obviously is a division rival, but it's not like arch rival. Especially when, like I've always said, this like. I've never hated Philly because they had a black quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I've always hated the Cowboys. I've always hated the Giants. But my hate for the Giants goes it's a little different. But the Eagles, I just don't like them because they're division rivals. If the Eagles weren't in our division, you know what I'm saying, it would be a neutral feeling. But yeah, that Mike Vick experience was
because of Randall and then Donovan and then Vic.
Right. And that was historically, you know what I mean? We had black quarterbacks back there. So that transition from Donovan to Vic was tough for a minute.
I think the Donovan era made me hate Philly fans though. Because because I'm a Redskins fan and I follow college football. So I like Syracuse. I like Syracuse because Art Monk went to Syracuse. So Art Monk went to Syracuse, and Marvin Harrison, another one of my favorite wide receivers of all time, went to Syracuse, who was his quarterback, Donovan McNabb. I'm like, man, I want Donovan McNabb on our squad. And when the Eagles drafted him, y'all booed and treated that man like he was trash.
Like garbage.
And I was like, what are you? Like, yo, do you want Heath Schuler? Do you want Kerry Coughlin? John Freeze? We would gladly trade, switch places with you. I mean, I didn't think it was going to take 12 years and a noodle arm later. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Ground Ball himself, but
hey, I mean, where you think he developed that arm at? He developed it with us. Then we had to deal with Kevin Kolb, and I was like, I'd have rather hung on to Donnie for all that.
I mean, Kolb looked all right at first. He looked all right at first.
Every Andy
system.
Reid
It was a
product
system.
quarterback is gonna look up.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna look good. That's what Patrick Mahomes is going through right now. He's a generational talent, but he's also trying to find his way in Andy Reid's system.
Nah, what it is Andy. He's such a star, and he's made man. Andy Reid can't coach that dude. You watch it. He's making mistakes that you don't want young quarterbacks to make, and he's doing it because it's like Brett Favre in a sense. He's playing like Brett Favre. He's gambling way too much when he don't have to.
All I know is that man scored 6 points in fantasy, and I can't keep losing like that, bro.
Oh yeah, that is true. You did lose that game.
Shut the. Here we go. Yeah, we lost that.
Hey, we doing the cook up fantasy league next season, man. Y'all want in?
Oh yeah, we in.
We in. Bless.
Hey, bro, nah, man. Like, talk about being an owner of a content creating a company and how you navigate that, like in the beginning in the birthing stage of the shit, like where we're at, like we're both at, but you in a different space than we are.
Well, the cook up was a unique situation because in the beginning it wasn't supposed to be, in the beginning it was just, hey, yo, me and my partner, we about to invest some money and we gonna get a studio. So the whole time we talking about it, I'm like, yeah, we'll just get a studio and then I'll get a little corner and I'll put my equipment and I'll just record my own podcast. So that's originally what this whole concept was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be this. But then when we went and, started looking for spaces, the building had 2 rooms next to each other. I didn't even hesitate. I was like, well, let me just get the room next door. So I had all the equipment in the world that I needed to get started. And I brought my guy Breeze. Shouts out to Breeze. He, he my director of operations here.
So
I called him over. Yeah.
I want to pause you for a second, and I want you to go before that. Like, what got you to the point where you wanted to do this? Because that's not I woke up out the bed today and said, you know what, let's me and my homie get a studio together. Like what was it that got you to that point?
Well, my homie had been producing, and we was doing we had the makeshift studio in his parents' basement. Like that's where we was. And the older that they got, the less we wanted to record there, with our loud music bothering them and having people in and out and in and out and in and out. So we was like, yo, we gotta get a space. And then we had subleased at another spot out here in the city. Shouts out to Elevation Radio. We had subleased a spot with them, and then something happened where that got shut down. So then we was asked out. And I'll never forget, we had Sauce Money. Sauce Money, from New York, from Jay-Z, he was coming down for a studio session, and we literally had no studio for him to go to.
Wow.
And that shit was embarrassing, because he had came out, we had the other spot before. So we had it booked. He drove all the way from New York. We ain't had nowhere for him to record. So my man's called me, and the next, we was like, yo, we gotta get our own shit.
Murdered a whole month of April just to take May off. Sauce Money. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Mr. Middle Finger, you. You know what I mean? So that could have potentially, ruined that relationship between Sauce and my partner. You feel me? So like,
yeah,
it was something we had to get it together, and that's what made us say, hey, we got to get a studio.
That's go ahead.
Yeah. So now we're at a stage, we're 2 years in. We've made, tremendous strides, picking up shows, and then some people leave. They don't desire to do it any longer. And I ain't death row. I ain't holding nobody. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 shows left. You got 3 shows. You know what I mean? So and you know, they come, they go. We got, you know, Flex Friday, they was here from the beginning. You know what I mean? Shouts out to them guys. We got On the Money. You know what I'm saying? We just picked up another show called Sick Picks. That's on Saturdays. We have Epic Elevations on Sunday. So like we're at a stage where, you know, we got shows every day but Monday and Tuesday. So we're progressing, and we're making sure that we have this content so that the next phase, which is of course monetization and seeing how to, you know, make money from this whole thing, we make sure all our ducks is in order. You know what I mean? So it's been an experience.
Let me ask you a question. So when you first started with the studio and you were doing Flex Fridays and you were playing, you started doing it with Facebook Live on Friday, and you basically DJing, basically doing DJing at the end of the Friday nights, winding up, right?
Yeah.
What type of pushback did you receive, if any, from playing industry music on Facebook? Because a lot of times even people think that putting no copyright intended and I don't own the rights to this music, they think that's like
doesn't help.
They think that's like the band-aid to play music. It's like, no, Facebook is still mutual product regardless. What type of wins and losses taking that field?
To this day I have disputes. Wow. Facebook will send them. They had a dispute on the sports show, and they don't even play music, but they had said something, a trigger word that was caught. Yeah. So, you know, I'm writing them back. I'm like, look, I'm a media, you know, I'm a media outlet. This is a free speech. I'm not. So it's a lot of disputes, but in that beginning, oh man, we got so many videos got kicked off. We got so many videos muted. I used to do Burnem. Friday nights after Flex Friday, I used to slow it down and play R&B music.
I know.
I don't do that. I don't do that show anymore.
With you.
Yeah, I can't even do it no more. They shut me down every time.
And the reason I asked that is because I would do, so I like during the pandemic, like when the pandemic came, I was doing that on my like I'd be working out and I'd be playing music or whatever, and I'd be playing like my different playlists because people rock with the playlist. And like after like 30, 40 minutes, they'd be like, all right, you got like one more song to do and we gonna wrap it up. But then what's the guy name? The DJ who's like super popular now on the internet.
D-Nice.
D-Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Does the same thing. Like there's no way he's getting like what's the difference between him and me? Like he don't work for these labels. Huh?
He got to connect that Facebook. He got the plug at Facebook.
He no mark. Okay. It's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing. You'll see like certain like theme pages where they have music clips, and it's like I'm trying to like they just trying to, you know what I'm saying, celebrate the music just like I am. We're just doing it in a different form where it's like they just saying, hey, on this day in 1998 this song came out, and they would have a clip of the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that joint gets no flags, no nothing. Whereas I'm doing like rankings, we're doing like top 10s, top 5s, and it's like boom. It's hard for me to. It's hard. I'm finding difficulty to find traffic for our show when the audience can't even hear. You know what I'm saying, the music that we're trying to use because they're putting blocks on it. I'm like what are y'all picking and choosing from? Because I know that these people are just regular people, so they don't have the plug. Like, what's the algorithm, basically?
Now, I'm not sure. I haven't done the proper research on it, but I think the way around it is talking through the music. The music has to be edited in order for you to be able to use it without, you know what I mean? So I think you have to talk over, if you're playing a song, you have to talk over it, and it's no longer the song. It's now.
I made a TikTok because we were supposed to, so there's so many things that were supposed to happen, and it will still happen. We were supposed to be doing skits. We were talking about doing skits with the crew.
Years.
Yeah, so one of the skits, I'm like, I'm not waiting for nobody anymore. I'm gonna do it myself. And I did a skit about like black folk, we don't talk. Like it's 2 skits. One of them is, black men, we don't talk when we go to the bathroom. When we get in the man's bathroom, it's all silent.
All business.
I said, but I'm like, I'm gonna do that one next because I need somebody with me. So this one I can do by myself. So I did a skit where it's like, you know, you go to the bathroom to take a piss, and there's somebody in that joint blowing the bathroom up, right? Blowing it up. And then you fart, you know that good fart you take after when you pissing? You fart, I fart, and then the dude's like, ugh. Like, bro, you in there taking the whole shit. What you mean, ugh? Instead of producing my own sounds for the pen and the fart, I like search one, and they blocked me for that shit. Like, yo, who got copyrights on a fart? Like,
are you serious?
A fart.
But you can go on TikTok and play a whole entire song and sing the words.
It's different because you using those people's audio.
And I think they kicking back. I think they're like Spotify, where they per stream they've got some type of arrangement with whatever
TikTok does.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I think
that's
so. Dope. Because it's too much.
I like the TikTokers. I mean, listen, I wasn't a fan of TikTok at first, but that part I liked, where it's like rather than having people biting your stuff, like you see all these people like redoing videos, they have to use your audio. They can like lip sync through your stuff, but they have to use yours. So basically, every time somebody uses yours, that's just like a stream. That's more credit to your product. Right. So I'm like, that's smart. That's smart.
Cats going platinum on TikTok. That's crazy.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? One thing this pandemic teaches you is how to find a great new revenue streams for yourself. So if that's one that works, make it happen. For sure. Man, I would sell peanuts if I can make money doing it. I know a couple elephants too. I can make good money.
Hey, look, bro. What? Like, do you want to get into like show stuff, or you want to keep throwing these darts at Burn real quick?
Nah, you know what, Burn, have you? Okay. Let me let you know. One of the things that we would want to talk about, that we already talked about on the previous shows, was the Chappelle closer special. Have you seen it?
Yes. I didn't get to weigh in on some of that because I went to sleep. But
so okay, so when the closer came out, we watched it and we came on the show and talked about it. And this is before any pushback, backlash, cancel talk. And we talked about, we knew it was going to come because, and the thing about it is, we were talking about cancel culture and how Brian believes cancel culture doesn't exist because Cat Williams said cancel culture doesn't exist. And I was like, no, it does exist. And I said it does exist. No. Let me clean it up. I'm not saying that Brian believes it because Cat Williams believes it. I'm saying Cat Williams said it and Brian agrees. Is that okay? All right.
Different.
Different. Cat made Brian think this, so he's a puppet. No. So
I can break it down why I think this way, but
I basically said no. Cancel culture does exist, but it doesn't exist in totality the way everybody thinks it exists. It exists in the sense of if right now, Burn, I tell you, bruh, you can't do podcasts no more. You can't have no radio station no more. And then you no longer do radio stations. You've essentially canceled yourself. So it does exist, but you have to be a willing participant in it. But I can't physically come over there and pull the plug on nothing you're doing over there. It's just me saying, oh, I'm not listening to him. Like, okay. When Chrisette Michelle got canceled, I said her audience is the one who decided not to listen to her no more. So yeah, they canceled her. So I said this, and I didn't get a chance to say that what I wanted to say then because it hadn't happened yet. But when Dave Chappelle's special came out, and then the trans community was like, oh, we canceling Dave Chappelle, and everybody came out like, yo, Dave's not canceled. Dave's not canceled. Dave's not canceled. And I'm gonna tell you what people aren't saying. Two things they aren't saying. One, Dave Chappelle isn't canceled because it would require his fans, the people who actually tune into him, to cancel him. Two, the people who are saying he's canceled, if you hear a lot of them talk, they aren't fans to begin with. They aren't watching his stuff. Right. They're hearing about his stuff and saying, oh, he's canceled. how are you, a non-fan who's not contributing to his success in any way, going to cancel him?
That's why it's not real.
But it is though.
No, you know why it's not real? Let me just say this. Barry Weiss, former New York Times reporter, said she had to leave New York Times, a very distinguished paper. You guys, it's Times, Post, and LA Times, maybe.
She had to
Or the
leave.
New York Times. All right, so she's
Why they have to leave?
Huh?
Why they have to leave?
Because she thought that she couldn't say whatever she wanted in her paper. So
She canceled herself.
Yes, exactly. She canceled. That's only thing that canceled. Harvey Weinstein might be canceled outside of it. Like that's a thing. Like
I say this different. Criminal acts are not the same as you offending somebody. A criminal act is if you are a criminal, then that's different. But just, I said something that you don't like, those are two different. That's one playing soccer, one playing basketball.
My problem is with the term. I think you got to look at who's weaponizing it. The same people who weaponize it don't probably would have been cool with blackface. Same people who's weaponizing it probably would have been cool with just with Jim Crow, with slavery. Basically, they already cool with it because a lot of them
the anti-lynching bill.
Yeah, like, or CRT, like they don't even know what critical race theory is, but they encompass it with all type of racial black history, which is American history, which is the world history. But you know what I mean? That's who weaponizes it. That's why I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't like that term, but I do think there are people who like jump on the horse of outrage and ride it for whatever they can get out of it. That's a Candace Owens on one side. That's a, I don't know who on the other side, but whoever's on the other side that does it. Like I think there's a left wing type of thing that to be cool with LGBT rights. Not to say I'm not cool with it, but I'm just saying that's on that side they cool with it.
Oh, you ain't trying to get canceled.
Nah, definitely not. You know what I mean? If you grown, you can say, "Oh, you want to be that?" Hey, yeah, you got it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to eliminate they experiences in America because 9 times out of 10 you can get a negative experience out of America. You know what I mean? So and it be totally justified. So I can't. You know what I mean? I can't tell anybody how they feel and not feel inside themselves. Like,
right.
And it's a losing battle, even trying. And I think that's why a lot of people, a lot of Caucasians don't understand that. Like, because that's it translates, right? What do I think about my lived experience as a Black man? I think about it that the police, the agents of the state, can persecute me anytime I want, anytime they want, and whatever else. I just, man, when white people complain about the oppressor or whatever, which I mean, technically they are, like a lot of them. I mean, the poor ones. It just comes off like, man, y'all have 400 years, bro. Like, shut up. But you know what I mean? But the people who weaponize terms like woke now, like they took woke. Man,
yeah, they took that shit way too far.
They be in Starbucks. they probably named something in Starbucks after woke or something like that, man. It's once they start to weaponize it, I look at it in a different lens. You know what I mean? Do I think there's outrage that like most of the people that are speaking out against Dave Chappelle just this last special didn't watch it because you can read their thoughts and understand it. You know what I mean? It's just there are machines that go way one way or way the other way, and that is true. But I don't want to call it cancel culture because, like, the same people the same people that say that are the same people that say you can't judge what they did in the 1860s with a 2021 lens. Yes, the fuck I can, because the people in motherfucking 1860s was saying, yeah, there's some bullshit then. You understand? Like you didn't listen to them, the masses didn't listen to them. That doesn't mean they weren't right. And that's why I don't rock with cancel culture or the term or how they present it.
When Dave mentioned his friend Daphne, I immediately knew that was going to be an angle they took. They was going to try to force the angle like when white people like, oh, I got that one black friend. And the mistake that they were going to make two mistakes. One, they got to remember who they're dealing with. They're dealing with Dave Chappelle. So he's already 3 steps ahead of the way people are thinking. And they're going to look at it as like, oh, that's his one trans friend. No. He didn't say he only has one trans friend. He says he has one trans friend that does stand-up comedy named Daphne. You know what I'm saying? So them thinking, oh, we gonna have the whole trans community and gay community ganging up on Dave. And I think it backfired terribly for them. And even still, Dave still came out and was like, hey, listen, I have no problem having a conversation with y'all. Just one thing y'all need to understand. Y'all not about to summons me. I'm not about to bow down to y'all. Right. We can have a conversation and try to get a better understanding of what we both are feeling and our intentions. But I'm not about to just be like, oh, no, I was. Shout out to Dave for that, man. Shout out to Dave for that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? In the face of adversity, during all the backlash, he still stayed calm and poised with it. You know what I mean? It wasn't really no big back and forth. But yeah, man, all that cancel talk, man, get out of here, man. Anybody trying to hear that no more? They're trying to cancel Boosie right now.
Boosie be trying to cancel himself half the time.
You heard what you heard he got into it with Lil Nas X?
You know what though? Yo, Boosie is free to say whatever he wants to think, right?
Yeah.
But my man was playing it was a joke. Right? My man was saying, I don't know any. I don't listen to Lil Nas X, but if I'm making a live or a TikTok trying to get rival, that'd be the number one person. Like who would be the anti me as Nas X and say, oh, Boosie. And it makes perfect sense. It was a joke, and I don't know. Like as a grown man, as a 40, he's older than me. Boosie's older than me, probably, most likely, right? And I don't understand how a grown man could talk to like a 20-year-old kid and say all the shit he was about to say to him, because he didn't Nas X didn't invite him to his bedroom to suck his dick. You know what I mean? None of this shit. Right. He said that we're gonna do a song together. Why does that violently upset you, bro? I don't understand it.
Hey, it sounds like he's struggling with his own demons.
Man, fam, it just piles up on him, right? Because anyway, he just has an infatuation with it that I don't understand. Like, I wouldn't have responded to a joke to how he like. You gonna fight this man? You gonna fight this kid over what? A joke, an internet joke, because it played on what everybody else was saying. It wasn't
here's the thing though, man. Like, social media has made everybody sucker soft. Everybody is offended about everything. Everybody looking for an ally in their, you know what I'm saying, in their emotion. At the end of the day, bro, in the hood, you can crack a joke and the Bama want to slap you. So what's the difference?
You a clown?
You've never seen.
I've seen it. I'm just saying it's a clown move.
But even still, you've never seen two dudes.
We're
who don't. Number one, here's the thing though. Who do you crack jokes with when you was in school?
Your people.
Your peoples. So if obviously you not my peoples, you susceptible to me reacting any type of way. know what I'm saying? You receptive me acting any type of way when you cracking jokes or whatever. I don't know if you serious or not. And it ain't about gay or straight. It's like, bruh, I've obviously this, you know what I'm saying, demonstrated that I don't bang with you. You know what I'm saying? I, anything I understand, I'm gonna find as a form of disrespect. Pretty much. So it's like, are you trying to play with my name? Or you trying to, you know what I'm saying, put me out there as like some homophobe and trying to make me look like a bad guy? I'm not a homophobe. I'm not a bad guy, but I'll beat your ass though, just to give you what you want. And then guess what? When everybody get all up in arms, guess what I can say? Hey man, I was just joking with him. Who look like the sensitive one? Y'all the sensitive one. You see how easy that is? I can say some real threatening stuff and be like, nah, I had y'all. I'm Boosie badass. Come on, man.
Right.
So let's take it a step further. We're talking about the joke is the first part, right? That's not the first part though. Legitimate Boosie has several times criticized Nas X for whatever reason, and
no, not for whatever reason. Not for
because
whatever
of his
reason.
sexuality, bro.
No.
And
it's
how
because of his
he's marketed a certain way. Oh, yeah.
Bro. They was ass naked at an award show.
So was Cardi B and Meg, bro. They twerked on each other. They damn near like scissored.
Listen, just listen.
Come on, bro.
Listen, here's the thing. This is what people gotta understand. This is what people have to understand. And I think, and it's what they're forcing people to respond in like new ways and trying to find ways around it. But at the same time, yo, it's not everybody wants homosexuality forced on them and their people. That's just, I mean, not everybody's comfortable with it, and it's not your place to just do overtly sexual things to make me be comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? That's like you out on a date with a girl, you want to get a little closer, so you just start massaging her shoulders, saying, "Nah, relax." If you touching her makes her uncomfortable, you can't now massage her shoulder to tell her relax, and then all of a sudden she's relaxed. So the same thing. So it's like, yo, some people are gay, some people are straight. It's all good. The body is normal. Hey, look at my dick. No, it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way. Some people gonna be like, hey, bro, I don't. And but he also said that he don't think that a woman should be naked on an award show. He said that. He said he would have a problem with a woman being naked on an award show. The difference is him threatening a guy and threatening a female are two different things. Yeah, a guy is more likely to physically threaten a man than a woman. That's a whole different conversation. If you saying, yo, I'm about to go on stage and slap that chick for doing that. Now he looking even more crazy.
Right.
So you can't say, oh, if it's when you bring in the female element, yeah, a guy versus a girl ain't gonna be the same. But that would then require a female who don't appreciate it to speak on a female out on stage. I'm saying with everything out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, people want you to either be quiet or be on the same team. Regardless of the topic, be quiet or be on the same team. And you can't have a pushback. You can't have opinions. And it goes into, like you said, does cancel culture really exist? Does it really exist? Because if Boosie gets into it and keeps getting into it with Lil Nas X, what fans is he going to lose? Like, he has nothing to lose. What fans is he going to lose? To his knowledge, you got to think about the way he's looking at it. He looking at that. He probably is assuming that 99% of his fan base is heterosexual. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not considering, like even the baby. They're probably not considering that there's a larger community than you think about that's not heterosexual that likes your music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if the unknown is what you risk, then you got to be comfortable risking it because it's unknown anyway.
Right.
I mean, I don't know other way. I mean, plus, it's like, yo, he's Boosie. Like people be this. You remember when Dave Chappelle cracked the joke on stage, like, "Where's Ja?" It's the same. It's a fucking rapper. Why y'all looking at a rapper to say knowledgeable, insightful stuff? Y'all get roped in when you actually have intellectual rappers say some intellectual stuff, and you think that all of them are capable of doing that? Really? The Bama spelled independent
vast
for a record.
majority.
INDEPEND, or whatever the song he spelled. Whatever was it independent? Was it whatever they spelled? Was it independent? What I forget. IEBABCDEGFD. You know what I'm saying? That's who you expecting to have like thought-provoking conversation.
Hey,
Wipe me down, cause I'm on. Do the song slap? Yeah. But it's not like some super dope lyrical stuff that's like, yo, this bound to be saying some stuff. Come on, man.
yeah, I can't respond.
This.
I can't even respond to that. That's funny. And there's a lot of real logic to what you're saying. I understand it. I think, can you be canceled? Like that? I don't think that has a level of class. There's not a class level to that. Like there's like, you know what I mean? Like Matt Lauer just got an interview. He just, you know what I mean? Like Matt Lauer just got a favorable note in Katie Couric's new book. Like shit like
Did
that,
they talk
bro.
about
Like,
the locked door or nah?
I think they joked around. That's what the text was. Katie Couric put in the excerpt on the book that it came out. It was like, oh, I think you. I don't know, man. I don't even want to misquote it because talking about you owe me $10 for what you did. It was some wild shit. Like, you know what I mean? And it was playing around with it. I guess at the time of the I don't know when that back and forth went, but it's, you know, Katie Couric is owning that. She's standing on it. So shit like that, bro. Like they're not. Are you ever really canceled? Like I can't call it. Like of course there's blackballing that makes, yeah, that's the same. It's equals. But can a mob do that? No, the people with power can do that. You know what I mean? At any given time, the people with power can side with whoever.
Is
And
R. Kelly canceled?
yeah, he beyond canceled. Because
See that? See how you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's no such thing. And then you point out something, you be like, damn, yeah, he's got to be canceled.
it's an individual choice. That's what I'm saying. It's not like there's two levels of cancel. Like me saying, oh yeah, he canceled, bro. That's because I'm not gonna listen to him. He deserves to be in jail. Don't free him. Like, you know what I mean? Not on that shit. Like, you can't make little girls act like he's bro. I can say you're canceled, meaning in my mind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a mass of people, once you reach a certain status, say that? No, probably not. Even if you don't, in certain circumstances. But no, man. But the people who have power can definitely cancel anybody. That's for anybody at any given time. The first people, military unit that was aware of nuclear weapons. One of the lieutenants spoke up and said, "Yo," because they were giving them the chain of command, the sequence of how things will move. So it goes to, whatever general goes to the secretary goes to the president, and however they have to push the button, they push the button, right? So on nuclear weapons, we're talking about nuclear weapons. So they pushed they were telling this battalion about what the sequences that they go through to get to the decision to push the button on a nuclear weapon. And he asked the question, what if the president is wrong? Who gets to tell the president not to push the button once it gets to him? And for that, they damn near, like, they honorably discharged him. He couldn't get no job nowhere. Like, even like to the fact that he tried to sue, got dismissed. Like, that's a canceling. Like your whole reputation is in the dirt because the U.S. government decided it needed to be in the dirt. That's cancel.
Mm-hmm.
That's real cancel. Like even like so because I totally I completely get what T's talking about and what people say is canceled. I just it's bigger than that. To get your life stopped is bigger than just you can't use Twitter for however long. To me,
Right.
he's about to say something. So,
Hmm?
nah, bro. Nah, I'm not. I think we beat this cancel culture thing, Chappelle, whole thing into the dirt. Chappelle's gonna do his thing, man, and he should never not be allowed to do his thing. He a
Sure.
genius in my eyes, and even though the closer might not be his best, even Netflix special, like I think Sticks and Stones might be his best one. But of course 836, like all the like serious joint, the two serious
Mm-hmm.
between it. Like
You know my worry about this is it's funny because one of my uh Teslin, I forgot her last name. One of the ladies that came popular on the Black Lives Matter movement. She posted a picture of like a white guy at a keyboard writing, and his profile picture is a black woman, and he's writing some like disparaging stuff about black people using racism. You know what I'm saying? And I'm my concern is that people they like to weaponize things. It's like the wrong comedian is going to try to weaponize Dave. You know what I'm saying stuff, but they're not as intelligent as Dave, and they're not as genuine as Dave. And then I'm saying to push other agendas. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be interesting when they receive the pushback and how they try to make us who are in favor of Dave look like hypocrites.
Right.
But it's like okay, me and Lucy went to see Hassan Minaj last weekend. He was at the Kennedy Center, and one of his opening acts was a gay guy, funny dude. And part of his bit, he tells you he's gay, and then he uses the word. You know what I'm saying, he uses the word faggot in his bit, and I thought it was ironic. It's like, it's amazing how like people like my thing is it's the way words are used. You know what I'm saying? Like to say the word faggot isn't a oh my god he said faggot. To call
Mm-hmm.
someone like it's the way you are. It's in the context is everything. You know, if I'm saying yo you shouldn't call somebody a faggot, that's not me being a bad guy for saying the word. You know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, if a white person says, yo, nobody should call anybody a nigger, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, is that, you know what I'm saying? People gonna look at them side like, is this your way to say the word? You want to get it off your chest? You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
I think we spoke about, you know what I'm saying, the term faggot in a previous show. And not and I'm and as not necessarily I'm not we weren't trying to defend it. We were just more so trying to uh just put again context of how we in the hood used to use the term. It's like we very well. I can't, but the thing is, you can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for Burn. I can't speak for Brian in the way that I used the term when I used it when I was younger. Like I wasn't like Burn could have every chick lined up, knocking them down, and I can be a witness to them going in his room. Now, witnessing the SmackDown, just with us in the lineup. You know what I'm saying? And he could do something buck wild. I'm like, bro, you a faggy for that. You know what I'm saying? That's not the same as me. Like, he knows that I know he's not an actual homosexual, right? But the term is, it's like, yo, you can't say that, yo. You can't say it at all. It's like people are going to try to weaponize the defense of Dave to now try to reintroduce terms that basically on the ban. Yo, these terms are banned. You can't go around calling nobody a faggot. You can't go around calling nobody a sissy. White people, you still can't call nobody. I don't listen. Don't let your dumbass black friend that's cool with you saying it get you
don't
fucked up
let
in the
them get
wrong
you
hood.
fucked up. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
in the
when
right
you get
hood too. You get fucked up in the right hood too.
when you when you get your ass beat, your black friend ain't gonna be there to help you. And guess what? If he's with you when you say it, and he your
Gonna get
friend,
his ass
he's
whooped,
probably
too.
gonna get his ass whooped too. Just being 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna get his ass whooped with you too. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain terms that we can't say or whatever. And it's like, yo, everything that black people do, they weaponize against us. We say nigga, and that's and we defend using the term nigga. So homosexuals say all the homosexual terms towards each other, and it's covered under the same. It's a term of endearment for us. We can say it to each other, type of thing. It's like, okay, all right, but you still black. Like they pick and choose, and so like what Dave was saying, that, and it's again, you say you want to get off of topic of day because we didn't drove it to the ground, but it's like, yo, that shows how brilliant this guy is how like his points are so layered. You're gonna get these half-ass comedians trying to be funny with these fucking base level ass jokes. It's like, okay, you made 5 ignorant niggas laugh. Congratulations, you are Instagram relevant. You have 10,000 followers. Now what? How do you get to the next 10? How you going to get the next 10? Doing the same fart joke and the same retard joke? How you going to get there? But but yeah, Brian, cancel culture does exist, bro. I'm sorry. We're going to have to agree to disagree, but it does exist. I told you, it exists because people who get canceled allow it to exist. Period.
There's a
It
term for
exists.
how you there's a term for your argument, and it's not that I'm wrong. It's just that you can't prove a double negative. So it's so you can't, you know what I mean? You can't really refute what you just said, and obviously my logic disagrees with it at the same time. So,
But and at the same, I understand why you feel that way, and I understood when Kat said it. I understand what I'm trying to say to you. It's like you're thinking at it from the third person point of view. You're thinking from the third. If you think about it from the actual person who's being canceled, you think about it from that point of view. Yo, everybody's human. Everybody has emotions. People who aren't canceled, people can go on the internet right now and somebody crack jokes on them. They do, like Steve Harvey. What if Steve Harvey was a sensitive dude and they got, when he posted that smooth ass green outfit and the internet roasted him, roasted him, huh?
He been good for them since then. That was
But
day one. That was day
but
one of him, killing the
but
game.
but what I'm saying is, like, he could have like taken that the wrong way and not taken it in stride and went to a hole for that. Like, and those type of things allow people to be canceled. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like, it does exist. Again, not including like criminal acts, because criminal acts lose you contracts and all that stuff. And like, I'm not banging with you because you know what I'm saying? It's legal, you know what I'm saying, precedent might get you taken out of here. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly's canceled because R. Kelly's going to jail. But if R. Kelly wasn't going to jail and he was still making music, he wouldn't be canceled. If R. Kelly can make music in jail and get a record deal and put music out, somebody gonna listen to it. He ain't canceled. But for the time being, R. Kelly going to jail. He's canceled. Bill Cosby was already 90 years old before he went in the joint. He wasn't about to, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't still on stage. He wasn't even doing those shows. He wasn't even in the public eye, to be honest with you. So how canceled was Bill Cosby? But the only thing is, it was legal. So when you bring legal and criminal into it, now you talk about whoever had syndication rights pulling his shows. You know what I'm saying? Now you have those things happen because they don't want to be aligned with a criminal. But if he'd have just said something, like he said offensive stuff all the time as he got older, and none of his shows got pulled. You know what I'm saying?
None of his critiques about black people got him.
It was
withdrawn.
because it's about black people. It's because it's about black people. Like he's not walking around criticizing white people.
I agree with that point.
So I mean, you can talk about black people. Like we all know this. You can say anything you want about a black person. The only thing you can basically say anything about a black person without saying the word nigger, and you good to go.
Hey, we just seen that happen with the Gruden emails.
Exactly.
Everything was good when he called DeMaurice Smith rubber lips.
Yeah, the only thing he didn't. Listen, dance around saying nigga.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's in 2011.
Fine.
2011. Right.
He had a slick ass response too. Yeah, that's what we used to say when I was younger. People lie. I say they had rubber lips. That was his. Like, come on. Like, what are you talking about?
I ain't never heard that before. That's new.
Ever.
I'm gonna start using that. Rubber lips. let's help Gruden out a little bit. Let's make that a thing. When somebody lying, you got rubber lips, bro.
Yeah, come on, man. You old rubber lip ass nigga.
That shit don't even sound right. It's not dumb.
Right.
It's just dumb. Rubber lips.
Shit.
But it was fine though. He still could coach the game. It wasn't until, you know what I mean, he made those other comments that they put the pressure on him. So that's the thing, you know what I mean? Say whatever you want about the niggas. Just leave the gays out of it.
Man. And the thing about it is, like, yo, who are you to be above ridicule? Who are you as a person to be above ridicule?
I agree.
No one is above ridicule. No one. No, like, yo, like, and then it's like, oh, imagine a world without humor. It ain't even a world no more. Like, come on. You get out of here, man. So,
yeah, man. One of my favorite comedians of all time is Patrice O'Neal. And I can only think about how many times they would have tried to cancel him if he was still alive.
Shit, dude, think about Bernie. Bernie's best bit, or to me, his best bit was connected to him talking about his 4-year-old gay nephew.
Right. Him downstairs.
He couldn't do
What?
The original.
You think they would have tried to pack him up?
Everybody know.
My Vegas. It was as soon as he said that, it would have been over with.
Dunzo.
I mean, but at the end of the day,
the joke is separate from that, but that's how he intros the joke. So I mean,
2, 4, and 6. Ooh, shit! Help me babysit these motherfuckers. Man, I love me some Bernie Mac, man.
Yeah,
that's my terrible impersonation of Bernie Mac. 2, 4, 6. So, Burn, man, I really want to get you and Ron on. I had Ron on 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about because I was in defense of Volume 1 from Hove.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's probably his most underrated album.
Okay.
And I asked him, what's his 5 favorite Jay-Z songs? I like to ask questions like that. So I got to ask you on the spot right now. What's your 5 favorite Jay-Z songs?
5 favorite Jay-Z songs. Friend or Foe. You Must Love Me. Big Pimpin', and there's a story behind that. Damn.
You got
What's the joint with him, Scarface and Beanie?
Guess Who's Back? Well, they got more than one song together.
Yeah, what's the slow one?
They got
This Can't Be Life.
This Can't Be Life. Can't Be Life.
Okay.
And
what's number 5? I want to know what number 5 is. This would be interesting.
It was on the Rock La Familia. I don't remember the name of it. Damn it. I don't remember the name of it, but I know it was on the Rock La Familia album because that's maybe top 3 of my favorite Jay-Z
Can't Be
albums.
Life is on. Can't Be Life is on Rock Life for me.
I think.
Yeah, but nah, this one was I think it was him and it wasn't him and Benny. Nah, Jay-Z was just killing it. Like lyrically.
Hova song. You talking about the intro?
Hold on. I need to look him up.
He got a rack. I mean, that's okay. I'll say this though. It don't sound like you about to name a single. So I like your 5 Jay-Z songs, you only have 1 single. That's major.
Yeah, I'm a B-side guy.
That's major. And I think, well, Jay-Z's like, he's always been the guy where it's like he makes music where he can make any one of his songs a single basically because of who he is. Like a lot of the records, like it's probably like if he got an album with 12 songs, he probably got 10 that could be singles.
Correction. Number 5, Million and One. My bad.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a dope record.
So what's your, and to follow that up, what's your all-time favorite Jay-Z song?
All-time favorite Jay-Z song? Probably Friend or Foe.
Friend or Foe?
Mm-hmm.
So when I asked Ron, I don't remember his entire list, but I'll say I do remember his favorite song. And his favorite song is my second favorite song. It's Where I'm From. That's my second favorite Jay-Z song.
Yeah. Where I'm From is tough.
Come and Get Me is Come and Get Me is my first favorite, and it was his second favorite. Come and Get Me is that's that beat switch, everything.
Come
it
and
was
get
just,
me. Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing though, when the album first came out, that was I'm saying I would listen all the time. And then as we got into the MP3s and now streaming, and I went to go stream that record again, and it's actually a different version. I don't know if y'all heard it, but it's now a different version that's being populated now, where that break between the first beat and the second beat is longer. Yeah, it's longer, and it's just him being reverb saying, "Come." Yeah, they extended it. They extended that part, and it's like it ain't the same. Like I went and searched the original. I needed the original. I was like, if I put my playlist together, I don't want somebody that's new to Jay-Z, and I'm like, yo, this is my favorite song, and they hear it, and that part come on, and it's like I don't know who made the decision to extend that shit. It was trash compared to the original. Maybe if you never heard the original, but it's trash compared to the original. Because the way that beat come back on, boom, 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 but the boom, boom. The summer's about to get hot. Niggas home from jail when they plotting. I heard about the Bentley Hard. Hey, yo, went in on that. And I'm sorry, that's my favorite song. That's my favorite whole joint right there. This is nasty. But yeah, Where I'm From, that I done freestyled on that beat like a million fucking times.
Yeah, me too.
That's like, damn. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy son, ain't nothing nice.
Yeah, I think I got a recorded track. It was like 5 cats on there. Yeah.
I couldn't. Here's a weird thing about it. For a long time, I had a hard time rapping over these beats. Like because I knew too much of his lyrics, and I just heard, and I didn't want to write like Hove. So it was hard for me to write because I would be like, I'll start writing his cadences and shit, and I'm like, nah, I don't want that.
Right.
So I was.
Hey man, I went through the same phase with Eminem. Listening to way too much Eminem, and you sit down and write, and next thing you know, you trying to fit 87 words in a sentence.
So, listen, I'm glad you said that because it reminded me of your battle rap days. At some point, all first verse is gonna have a glow up, and at some point, I expect to have Disaster on our show. When Disaster's on our show,
I want a rematch. On a rematch.
Brian set the date.
Hey, man, I'm about to give y'all on the ride up exclusive, man. I got new music coming, man.
Hey,
yeah, man, I got new music coming. I'll be dropping a video next week. And the crazy part about it is the video ain't got nothing to do with the album. The video is just like a one-off. Like, look, I'm on my way. Take this in the meantime. You know what I mean? It was a dope record, and I just wanted to put a visual to it. So we recorded that, and we gonna put that out. But then I got an album coming out called Forever Faded. You know what I mean? I'm one half of the Hosley brothers, so that's that marijuana culture is still deep in, you know what I mean, pause, still deep in me. So I wanted to make music that, you
the
know what I
Hosley
mean?
brothers?
Yeah. So
I like that.
Make some, appreciate it. I wanted to, you know what I mean, make some music that you can
it's
sit back, vibe out to.
High and Hosley brothers put together. So it's like some smoothed out Get High shit. I like that.
Yeah,
I like what you did there.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? You know the dude named Ernie Hosley. You know what I mean? I'm Burnem, so I'm Bernie Hosley. You know what I mean? Like just play off of the whole joint.
I'm liking it the more I hear about it.
Yeah. So and Blizz is Ronnie Hodge. You know what I mean? Ronnie Hodge. So that's I mean, we did it. We did a project. Shit was dope. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm just coming back with that same type vibe, but it's a little bit more updated. You know what I mean? I got it's complete now. I'm working on the visuals, and I you know what I mean, got a couple of other big things coming along with that too. Everything is a rollout, so you know what I mean. Be on the lookout for that.
All right. Well, Burn, man, I'm glad you got to join us today. We're about to talk about some Wizards stuff, so I don't know if you want to stick around and talk Wizards talk with us. I know you. I'm assuming you're a Sixers fan since you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah. I'm definitely a Sixers fan.
Yeah, because they've been trying to talk about we need to go and get y'all a guy. We don't want him. Sorry, don't offer.
Who Benjamin? Y'all can
don't offer that dude does.
Yeah, he can go cry out there. You know what I mean?
Don't offer us. Brian, you on the clock. I need you to explain to the audience why you think this Wizards roster is the deepest roster that we've had since 1978.
Yes. Hey, before y'all fellas get into that, man, just want to say, you know what I mean, appreciate y'all for getting me on. We definitely gonna link up. We gotta have one of them good old combos and push the new plan forward. So salute to you fellas. I'm glad y'all back. You know what I mean? On the ride up.
All right.
Cook up his family. Y'all know what it is, man. Love y'all fellas, man.
Love you too. Cook up.
All right, easy.
One.
All right, so the Wizards are this Wizards team.
Brian, so just in case I got a cut and clip, Brian hit me up in the chat and said, after two games, I'm sorry?
They're 3-1. They just
no. After 2 games.
Mm-hmm. I said this after 2 games. I'm just saying they're 3-1 now.
After 2 games, Brian said to me that this Wizards roster is the deepest roster they've had since 1978.
Right.
And And when you explain this, I want to know two things: how you think that, and do you also think this is the best roster or just like deep? Pause.
No, just 1 to 12. Like there's consistently good players 1 to 12. Like Gafford is backed by Bryant and Harrell. Those are Harrell and Bryant. They give you different things, but they're both really talented players. With Gafford in the middle at the starters position, like power forward, you can go Rui, you can go Denny. You like you. There's
At
Kuzma.
power forward,
Kuzma's playing the
you
for
want Denny at your power forward.
yeah, point forward. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he's.
Man, that dude is
I'd
barbecue
rather
chicken,
him.
bro. Denny is barbecue
He's
chicken at the power forward.
Yeah, he's. Most of the Bertans is the same. Like there's no
Barbecue chicken. Yo, these dudes is barbecue chicken. And this is look. I think you are mistaken by thinking this is the deepest roster they've had from 1 to 12. I think talent-wise, they're more balanced, they're more even. But the bar ain't that high. Like
so you calling the borderline all NBA player the it's not high enough.
It's only one person. Bradley Beal is that only person.
Okay, so that's the high.
The
right?
drop off. Hold up.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Okay. A French all-star point guard.
All right, so you're boom.
French. Okay.
I think if he didn't finish his year on the IR, he probably would have been solid all-star. But that's cool. I don't know that for a fact, so I can't like. I'm not gonna like try to like stand on a hill and die on that one, but no. I think Spencer Dinwiddie would have been at solid all-star in your like the criteria that you have for it. So the next person would be Daniel Gafford, who just got an extension. Then Kuzma, KCP. You know what I mean? Like then Harrell. Harrell is a solid player. He's been everywhere.
He's better than solid.
He's a really, really good player. And that has hardly been able to crack top five or starting fives, even though that's, you know what I mean? Like, no, man, like he's really, really good. Nato is really, really good. Like, not really, really good. Nato's above replacement. He's above average. You know what I mean? And the things that they are asking him to do. Bertans is a solid sharpshooter.
No, he's not.
Right now, probably not, but
no, he's not. He hasn't been since he's been here. He hasn't been a solid to be a sharpshooter, and I'm sorry, just because you can shoot the three, cool. He's inconsistent. So if you're not consistent, then you're not a sharpshooter, in my opinion. Like I need to see consistency out of him. But even still, he's probably like the biggest liability I've ever seen on defense at his position. I don't think I've seen a bigger liability than him ever watching NBA basketball. It's like anytime there's a switch with Bertans, whoever has the ball got the green light. Anytime. Like so I'm sorry. Bertans, if in theory, I would give it to you. But what I'm seeing on the court, like actual production, no, man, no. You said Rui. Rui hasn't even got on the court yet. I don't even know. I don't know what we're getting out of Rui. I don't know how Rui's gonna fit into this team. And it wasn't like he was a dog going into this year in the first place. Do I think can he be a solid player? Hopefully. I think Kuzma's been what I like about Kuzma is his confidence. He's not going to shy away from still playing basketball, even if he's not, cooking. Neto, I like what he brings from a spark plug mindset, but he's a baby. And you see it on defense. he gets rocked to sleep on defense. Listen, I wanted us to draft Hurl, so I'm ecstatic we got Hurl. Hurl don't do layups, and that's what I love about him. He very rarely lays the ball up. He got the ball and he within 3 feet, he's dunking on somebody. Gafford, if he get the ball within 3 feet, he's dunking on somebody. That's the difference between, like, that's the only thing we were missing from Gortat. Is Gortat wouldn't just go and bang on somebody. Like, bro, you 7 feet. Just bang. You know what I'm saying? Obviously I love Brad, but Brad, I feel like the drop off in talent from Brad and Dinwiddie to the rest of the front court, the rest of the back court is tremendous. So do I think we got a roster full of guys that can, you know what I'm saying, come in and do spot duty. And that's good. You don't need a bunch of, like, we're not going to be able to pull in the Lakers and the Nets type roster when we got former superstars and former all-stars playing, you know what I'm saying, eighth man on the bench for, like, the Nets. I looked up and I'm like, yo, they got Millsap and Patty Mills. These guys were starters on, like, NBA, like, championship contending teams a year or two ago.
Yeah.
You want me to believe that they washed up now? Millsap is washed up.
No. Oh well, he
no.
might. Yeah.
No, he not washed up. He's just older, and they got young guns in Denver. That's it. They got young guns in Denver.
I think LA, I mean, what they did, not the Clippers, the Lakers. They got Carmelo still can play ball. Like, they got Malik Monk. He can play ball. Like, you know what I mean? Russ can play ball. If LeBron can get him to work within you know what I mean, what they need to do, he can play ball. They got DeAndre Jordan. He doesn't jump out the.
That's what I'm saying. Those are stacked teams. Like, so when you saying we got the most, we're deep. Like, that's a deep team. Those are deep teams. I mean, we got a team full of guys that will play hard, and like they're going to play hard for West. But, bro, if one of our starters goes down for a significant amount of time, you cool? Like, all right, we got such and such, we good. Hell no.
No, but I think my back five, my backup five can beat a lot more backup five teams. Not maybe the Nets or the Lakers, but they can definitely, like, you know, if you call the right play, you get the right matchups, can
So
beat back, you know, back five.
So who you taking? The 21-22 Wizards or the 16-17 Wizards?
That Wizards team had John Wall.
I know who they had.
Hey, John Wall. John Wall is a winner. He probably could beat this Wizards team. It's still not. That team's not deeper than this team though.
You don't think so, huh?
After who? Okay, we're gonna say Gartat. This is 17. This is after the Nene trade, right? That's what we're talking about.
No, that's Nene was there at the time.
Okay, that's the Nene. Gartat bullied the Bulls, right? Okay, you got Gartat, Nene.
That's the Wizards team that swept the Raptors.
Yeah. Okay. Wizards had Nene, Gortat. Who was the three?
Otto Porter.
Otto Porter, Beal, and Wall. That's a solid. You sure that's the 2017 team, or is that the Marquis?
I'm about to read it to you. All right, so that 16-17 team. We had Brad, Gortat. Obviously, we had Wall. We had Otto Porter. We had Markieff Morris.
Okay, so yeah, that's not the team I'm thinking.
That's the starting five. John, Brad, Otto, Markieff, and Gortat. They had Kelly Oubre coming off the bench. We had Bogey coming off the bench. Trey Burke. We actually had a younger Daniel House. We had Brandon Jennings later on in the season. Mahimi, who didn't give us no minutes.
That was the first year that,
Yeah, we had Thomas Sadaransky on the bench, Marcus Thornton, and Jason Smith too.
Yeah, nah, I still I think I gotta hold my statement. Like I play eight of those guys. I can play 12 of these guys. I just can't. I can't play. Jason Smith wasn't that like
Trey Burke is better. Trey Burke is better than Neto. Trey Burke is I believe he's starting somewhere right now.
Better on that team. He wasn't better. He didn't play well on
no,
that,
it
Wizards.
we talk about roster. We talking about roster.
I'm just reminiscing on. I remember
that's
this
not fair though.
playing,
But I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. And one of my reasons for pushing back was like, bro, you talking about this team at 2 games.
Yeah.
2 games.
It's how they play ball though. It's better. It's better than what we've seen.
So how they look against the Nets?
They couldn't hit a shot.
Terrible. Not only could they not hit a shot, bro, they were getting abused on basic stuff, bro. They took bad angles all game long. They they was out of position with pump fakes by Patty Mills. Patty Mills fried them. All he did was sit on the 3-point line, up fake, wait till the team, wait to whoever's supposed to be checking him, overplays it, slide to the side, knockdown.
Who was playing for the Nets when Mills was on the court?
Different people.
Was Blake Griffin?
Different people. I mean, bro, look at their roster. Name any of them.
They have a lot of more top line talent. I can't compare to Brooklyn to Brooklyn and LA have these weird, like they can still play probably like middle to get like end of the road guys. DeAndre Jordan is probably his last stop. You know what I mean? Like, not to say he can't play basketball anymore. It's just he probably just ages himself out or whatever. But no, man, it's just that team. I can't compare that. Like the 2017 Wizards don't beat them either. With Patty Mills, because Patty Mills used to kill them too. He's been around that long. So no, I don't see the 2017 to 20 or the Nene Wall Wizards beating the 2021 Wizards. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the 2021 Wizards, the 2021 Nets at all. Like they would. It's a 1-8. It's a 1-8 seed type thing. It's just no.
That's exactly what it is. 1-8. 1-18. At the moment. I mean, listen. I think this Wizards team. I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. And in my opinion, what I think will be the determining factor in the success of this team versus the previous teams. Coaching.
West is elite.
It's something about West Unseld. Is we've been saying him for a long time. He's part of our history. You know what I'm saying, either directly or indirectly. And I just think that he's the right coach. And also I think Shep has in a year and a half done something that no general manager has done in a long time for a lot of franchises. Like you don't get from under those type of contracts that he got from under the way Shep did it. And he did it in a brilliant way. Like, yo, John Wall is a great point guard, talented, but he's banged up. He doesn't have the cachet in trade talk to get what we need and flip them for Russ. And people look at it like, oh, Russ was only a one and done. You know what? Russ probably was a one and done, but it wasn't because of Russ. It's because of Shep. To me, I think Shep knew exactly what he wanted out of Russ. He knew he was going to come in, work hard, probably helped change the mindset of a lot of the guys in there, help in changing the culture. And then he was going to use Russ' prepared name and flip him. And that's exactly what he did. He flipped him. So whether or not you think, not necessarily you, but whether or not people think, oh, Kuzma and KCP and Harold and whoever else came in that trade are worth Russ, they're getting rid of Russ's contract is worth way more, because now you give yourself an opportunity to grow, and now you actually give your chance. Like, yo, will all three of these guys still be here at the end of their contracts? Maybe not. But if they perform and help the team, who knows? They may. I mean, I think Harold sticks around. I think if KCP is able to shine, I think when it's time for him to go, it'll be on the Wizards' terms. Because I think he's quite, because he seemed like a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be seen. He's young and he wants to be in front of the camera. And he wants to be a social media star. Now, we are a big market, but we aren't a sexy market. So if a team that's in the West knocks on his door, or if the Knicks knock on his door, then he's probably going to be interested in going. I think Shep knows that, and he's going to let this dude, you know what I'm saying, build his brand, build his popularity while helping the team, and then make a decision on whether or not he should move him or not. And I think he's going to say, okay, he already got, like you said earlier, he got Gafford to an extension. You want to show Bradley Beal, hey, listen, you are the face of the team. We're doing everything that we think we should be doing as far as the same. But I also think at some point, Shep should make sure he's filling Bradley out too, and saying, hey, listen, I'm dedicated to you. You've been dedicated to me because I said that I was going to do these things and I'm doing them. Are we going to be able to double down? And I think if they get hesitation on whether or not Bradley's going to double down on that, I wouldn't be surprised if they move Bradley too. And the thing about it is, they'll get more out of trading Brad Bill than they got out of Russ.
Yep.
Because they'll get picks.
Yep.
For Brad. You know what I'm saying? And am I excited about a pick depending on where it is? No, because I feel like Bradley got drafted number 3. So if you trading the guy who you drafted number 3, who's become a superstar, you should get no less than a team. The trade should be for somebody who's definitely drafting in the 1, 2, or 3 spot. I don't trade him to a team for a pick that's going to give me a 5 or a 6, even if it's 2 picks in that same draft, because you're going to need somebody who could come in and make an impact in some form of fashion, whether it's somebody who can like run the point, somebody who's a sniper, somebody who's a tower, or somebody who's a stretch. It needs to be somebody who could come in and start and can probably give you 15 off rip, just being a starter rookie.
Right.
But I mean, that's just me evaluating the team. Am I excited about? I think you say what?
They're 3-1.
No, absolutely. I think part of why you feel it's just excitement. Like there's a different feel.
Yeah, because
there's a different feel.
They traded for Russ, and I knew he was going to play, and I just like, I don't like this team. This isn't. No.
Yeah.
I wasn't with it the whole time.
No, but even that, it's a different. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I listen, I've never denied being a John Wall fan. When I heard that John Wall was, you know what I'm saying, possibly on the outs with the Rockets, I'm like, yo, if you can get him at a different contract, go get his ass. To have him, Spencer, and Brad, that's not a bad thing.
No, I do not.
I'm sorry?
I think he goes to the Lakers though. Once
Who,
he
John?
out.
No.
Yeah,
John ain't going to the Lakers. You think the Lakers? I don't know if John's taking a backup point guard role, bro.
I think he's going to have to. I don't think.
I don't think so.
Point guard role.
He has one right now.
No, he doesn't, because they're not going to play him until he either gets traded or bought out. So
last time he played, he was a starting point guard. I don't know if John
He
takes
hasn't.
a okay, I'll say it like this. I don't know if John takes a backup point guard role to another established point guard. If John goes on a team and he has to back up like some like a
He's not
lottery
back up
pick
Chris
point,
Paul or like yeah, like
he's not
you
gonna
know.
back up Chris Paul. I don't
I'm
see
saying,
John backing up somebody who he's been compared to his whole career. I don't see it happening. Not yet. He hasn't gotten to that point where he's Carmelo Anthony.
I'm saying he's gonna go to a contender or a team that wants to be a contender, like a New York Knicks, maybe because I don't know who their point guard is, but off the top of my head, but he might go there to boost that team up. But does that put him over the top? No, I don't think so. The Knicks, no, because I don't think they're no. You know what I mean? But
Maybe he goes to Charlotte. But I got Terry Rozier, the number 2 point guard over there, so I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, man. I just
Maybe Chicago and back
Chicago's
up Lonzo.
that's not you just said he's not gonna sit behind another
That's not an stat. That's a young point guard.
he's established enough.
Yeah, but nobody's compared Lonzo Ball's career to John Wall's career. It's not the same as, yo, is it who's your top 5? Lonzo Ball or no, that hasn't been a conversation yet. So he hasn't been put in the conversation with the elite point guards. John Wall has been, I'm saying, either dead center or right on the outs of being considered in the top 5 point guards for the majority of his career. Now, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he does allow himself to accept a role where he can help a team and still be himself and help his legacy.
No,
But with that being said, I wouldn't be mad if he came back to DC.
oh yeah, absolutely not, man. Come on, man, come back to DC.
I mean, just imagine. I mean, him coming if he could come back to DC with it being established as Brad's team,
Right,
I wouldn't be
big
mad.
man. Yeah, no, I would love it.
But okay, so back on this whole the deepest team.
Yeah,
You're not sold on Thomas Bryant, so how you counting that as a point?
because if I like Thomas Bryant if he's
You
splitting time
do?
with Gafford. Wait, if
Okay.
he's splitting time for Gafford and now with a Harrell, yeah, like that's a 4-man like Gafford. Yeah, they complement each other. So yeah, if you're splitting time with a defensive big, I like Thomas Bryant. He can shoot. He's efficient inside, outside. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he's a solid 7 and 5 guy.
I mean, I think you probably would have a different opinion of him if he didn't pop his ACL last year. If he got
No,
the
he was average at best before that. And I didn't understand why
okay,
everybody was so in love with Thomas Bryant. He
I
was
think
average.
I think he was moving like he was improving. He's a 22
Yeah,
year old at the end of the day.
he did go from 7-5 to like 8 and 6. He went maybe 9 and 6.5.
And I would like to I'd like to see how that opinion like revises itself if he played 82 games. I would like to see that like a crystal ball
Me too.
in a multiverse somewhere. But
Like I
you know,
said,
it didn't
man,
happen.
who you know what? Maybe having Gafford who dunks the ball and Harold who dunks the ball, maybe it rubs off on Thomas Bryant and he just dunks the goddamn ball. I don't like big men are who aren't getting up and banging, you know what I'm saying, putting the ball back. I like Harold because a point guard coming down and you got Harold on the back end, you can actually throw the ball to him and catch a oop. You could do that to Gafford. I don't see Thomas Bryant catching oops.
No,
He
that's not.
seems like a average as small forward that kept growing. So it's like he's like 6'10" and he's forced to be a center, but he's not really a center. He's just an average small forward, but tall. Like average in speed, average in everything, but he's 6'10".
I think he's a little bit better than that, man. I think his stats would have borne that out over 82 games, but I get it. I get it. And I'm talking about from earning his extension, not from the year previous. So that like I don't know when he get injured 30 games in, I think he would have been a lot
I don't
better
remember.
the
It
next 50.
was it felt like he was already injured, bro. It's like Thomas Bryant got hurt. I'm like, I ain't about to be celebrating nobody's injuries. I ain't that person, but I'm like, all right. It was the Waka Flocka face.
And right now, even without that, like say I like him as a third center. That makes sense. Like what you're talking about is
No, I agree. Yeah. At third center, yes, I do. I do like him at the third center. As long as like keep him at like 10 minutes a game, maybe 12 minutes, depending on, you know what I'm saying. And then he's a good center for garbage time. Hey, listen, we got blown out by 20, going to get in there and get us and help him stretch that lead to 30 for us real quick.
You wild, bro. No, I ain't that. He wasn't that bad ever. He was in the year.
He just don't look like his face like he don't know basketball. he got the face of a dude who's shocked that he's even playing basketball. That's just me being ignorant. But I mean, listen, I like Thomas Bryant. I'm rooting for him. I'm just cracking jokes on him. But nah, man. I understand why you think it's the deepest team, but I feel like okay, even if they're the deepest team, that means nothing because they're not better than a lot of other teams. They're not better than the Gortat Nene Wizards. They're not better than the Markeith Gortat Wizards. They're not better than the Gil Larry Karan. I mean, excuse me, Gil Larry Antoine Wizards. They're not better than the Gil Karan Antoine Wizards. They're not better than either one of those teams. So those are the only teams of history in the last 20, 30 years that have made the playoffs. So all the other teams are irrelevant. So I'm only sticking to the teams who've actually gotten their teams to the playoffs. Of all the playoff teams the Wizards have had over the last since 1978, like you said. Now that they don't rank, and they don't rank up there for me just yet. But it's only because you made that statement 2 games in. We can have a different conversation come February.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, they're 3-1, but so are the Bulls. The Bulls are like the top team in the East right now, and the Hornets right beside them. The Bulls and the Hornets, but are they the best team? So how good is 3-1 really?
We'll see.
Hey, listen. You still haven't watched Wu-Tang yet. I just feel you. I feel like you just haven't watched it yet, Brian.
I'm getting to it.
Hey, listen, Brian, lover of hip hop that he says he is, still hasn't watched the Wu American Saga yet. But I bet you he didn't watch every episode of some fucking housewife show with his wife. Brian has been completely domesticated and not watching shows that he need to be watching for his soul. Brian, I am very happy for you. I was a best man in your wedding. I am team Brian and Felicia, but I'm gonna have to talk to Felicia about watching Wu American Saga, and then maybe we'll get Brian watching it. So what I need you to do, Brian, is say, hey Felicia, T said you might like this show right here, and then have her watch it, and then if she watches, then you'll watch it or something. I don't know what I need to do. But you're depriving yourself of a great piece of hip hop. And I understand that you are a Wu-Tang fan and you are more knowledgeable about Wu-Tang than I am. But being as though you're the same age as me, I can definitely say that there's things about that era of just hip hop in general that may not have dawned on you, or just
Oh,
it
yeah,
wasn't as clear that it's
yeah.
like, man,
14.
I'm
Nah,
sorry.
no, I agree. I agree. It's a
So
lot that can be learned.
so I'm just saying that this, Brian, get your shit together, B. Get your shit together, yo. Get your shit together, yo.
I got
It's a
you. I
great
got
it's a great show. It's a great
you.
show.
Okay.
You got anything for the people, Brian, before we get out of here?
Nah, man, just but keep supporting Cook Up. Keep supporting on the ride up. All first verse.
Those boys, shout out to Felix and Tone, man. They, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be dropping some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But they doing I'm loving where it started. I'm loving where it's going, man.
Absolutely, man. They
Love
dope.
what's going.
Dope.
You've been on a ride up.
One.
One.